Welcome to myQ Community. This video will provide an overview of the myQ Community web portal and its features. As a new myQ Community property manager or dealer, you will receive a welcome email with instructions on setting up your login information and password. If you do not have an invitation, you can create a new account at account.myq.com. You'll need to have that set up before you can use myQ Community. Once you've logged into your myQ Community account, the first thing you need to do is create your property. At the top of the page, select the plus sign to add facility. On the next screen, choose Multi-Tenant Property. Next, name your property. You will then be required to provide address and time zone. Please note that the time zone should be as close as possible for the site where the smart video intercom will be installed. Select the desired directory code length. 4-digit directory codes should satisfy the directory capacity for most properties. Enter the point of contact information. This is usually a property manager or owner. If you are managing multiple myQ communities, you can use the drop-down menu to select which property to view. Also on your dashboard, you will see 3 tabs. The Overview tab shows you any recent activity, along with all of the devices you have connected to your facility and their status. Like the drop-down menu, the Facilities tab shows you all of the properties you have access to as an admin. And Video Streaming, where you can access live feeds from your device cameras. The menu on the left also has a variety of tabs for you to manage your property. A subscription is required to utilize myQ Community. The first time you set up, you'll see options for the different myQ Smart Community plans, such as Smart Video Intercom Advanced, Essentials, and Smart Access 2-Door Controller. You'll see pricing for the individual plans, as well as compatible products for each option. You can also select any additional services you'd like to add to your plan, and whether you want monthly or yearly billing. Click Get Started. On the Add Devices page, select the hardware being installed at your site. Then, select the number of devices and access points. Click Next. You'll be prompted to set up your subscription. The billing page will have your device and access points already selected, and it will choose the VoIP service for your device. Here, you can purchase other add-ons, such as additional app licenses or video storage. On the payment page, enter the billing information. There are 3 options for payment method: account number for properties set up with a LiftMaster Net30 account, credit card, and Automated Clearinghouse, or ACH. For this demonstration, we'll choose credit card. Be sure to select whether your billing frequency will be monthly or yearly. Enter the rest of your information, then click Activate Subscription. After your subscription is enabled, you'll be prompted to add your device, or you can go to the Device Management tab. Find the device you want to configure and click the blue Start button. You'll see a pop-up window asking to input the controller number and name. When naming devices, it is recommended to label them specifically enough to be able to distinguish their location on the property. The Activity tab shows you detailed information for all of the events during your selected time period. The video icon indicates there is a recorded event of the activity. The system will capture recorded video in 30-second clips that are available for 24 hours. There is an option to increase security by adding 30-day video storage. This can be added at any time under the Billing tab. The Advanced Search button allows you to select certain activities and search for their occurrences. You can narrow the search by specific users, doors or entrances, credential type, or credential number. The Journals tab is a record of every edit made within the myQ community web portal and by whom. This includes adding people, groups, zones, credentials, and creating guest passes or other edits within those tabs. One way to consider the Activity and Journal tabs is that activities are physical events happening in the field, such as opening a gate or door, while the Journal logs show updates that are made within the myQ community web portal. Let's take a look at assigning roles. There are a variety of roles that can be assigned with different levels of access. Permissions are customizable and can be edited for each role based on your needs, but start with the following default settings. The Dealer Owner and Facility Owner roles have access to everything. The Dealer Manager has access to everything except for billing, while the Dealer Tech permissions are set to basic facility access. The Facility Manager is more limited. They are unable to create new facilities or assign roles, and they do not see the billing information. Access managers are defaulted to only be able to edit users, schedules, and access groups. The access limitations of all of these roles are customizable to your property by any user assigned to a role with edit permissions. Simply click the level of access you wish to change, then click Update Role. To add users to your property, click the People tab. People Management is where you add users with varying levels of access, such as community administrators and residents. We'll start with adding an administrator. When adding a user that will have administrative access, you will need to assign them a role and add an email address. They will receive a notification that they have been granted access to join the account on the myQ community web portal. Assign a role to the user. There are 6 options in the Roles drop-down menu: None, Access Manager, Dealer Manager, and Dealer Tech. You may or may not have a dealer involved with your facility. If not, you can reassign these for internal use. However, they cannot be renamed. Facility Manager and Facility Owner. Users who don't need to have access to the database, such as landscapers or maintenance people, do not need to have a role assigned. Entering the email address gives you the option to send a web portal and/or app invite. If you want the user to have access to the property through the myQ community web portal, you'll need to toggle the button to send the invite. If you do not wish the user to have myQ access, leave this unchecked. You'll enter their credential information later. Only users with admin roles will be able to have the web portal invite and access. After you click Save, you'll see confirmation that the invite has been sent. Now, let's add a resident. When you assign a resident, you'll have the option to send them an email invite to join the myQ community mobile app. Address and phone number are optional entries. However, phone numbers are required for a resident to be displayed in the directory list in order for visitors to call and be granted access. Names displayed in the directory list will be shown as last name, first name. The directory name field acts as an override if the name is to be displayed in another format. Credentials is where you'll assign an entry code to a specific user. You can create your own code or generate a random one with a specific number of digits. Once the code is entered, click Verify to ensure the code works and is not already in use. If your property access options include using remotes or RFID transmitters, you can select those in the drop-down menu. An activation date is required. This typically is the date the user is created, but can also be set at a future date, such as the date a new resident will be moving in. Access expiration dates are optional, but useful if you know the exact date a resident is moving out, or if you want to grant access to users temporarily. Select the appropriate access group. Click Save. The user has successfully been added. Another option you can use to control access is the Groups tab. Groups can be edited and can be renamed to fit the needs of your facility. In this example, we'll create a group for management staff with a higher level of access on the property. Click Add Group and enter the name. Make sure the status is active. Under the People drop-down menu, click Add Users to see the list of people you can add to the group. Click the plus sign next to the name of anyone you want to add to the group. Then, select which zone you want the group assigned to and the schedule it will follow. Clicking the Delete button will move a person out of the group. It will not delete the user profile from your property. Click Save. The Schedules tab is where groups really come into play. Click Add a Schedule. Here you can set up a schedule to control what days and times a schedule is active, as well as what doors it applies to. Name your new schedule and enter the description. Select your schedule. In this demonstration, we'll give users in the residence group access only during the office hours. You can also add events and holidays by clicking the Add Event Holiday button. In this example, we will deny vendor access to a day we know the facility is going to be closed. Click Add and Close to save the event and go back to the previous page. Click Save. If you go back to the Groups tab and click on the group you want to assign to this new schedule, you'll now see the new schedule as an available option in the drop-down menu. The Facility tab gives you options to customize the layout of the property. Zones will show you the areas of the property different devices are assigned to. For example, if you have a fitness center with a device solely controlling the entrance and exit, you can customize access of that device with a zone. Click Add a new zone. Enter the zone name. Select the devices the zone will apply to. You can also add groups to a specific zone. Click Save. You can add credentials to a user in the Credentials tab. Select Add Credential. Select the type. This will vary depending on your system's hardware, but options include barcodes, card, RFID tags, and transmitter. Select the format. To add multiple credentials at one time, select Bulk Load. Then, enter the first and last credential numbers. Enter the facility code. You can also enter a single credential if you leave Bulk Load unchecked. Click Save. On the Credentials page, you'll see all of the credentials for your property, the type and format of the credential, and who, if anyone, they are assigned to. You can also assign or revoke a credential. Another feature of myQ Community is the ability for residents to generate guest passes through the myQ Community app. As the property manager or administrator, you can set parameters on how many guest passes residents can have active at one time, and customize the number of days passes can be accessible. Changes can be made through the myQ Community web portal in the People tab under Guest Management. Only property managers can create guest passes in the web portal. Residents can only create their guest passes in the myQ Community mobile app. Residents can create temporary, recurring, or delivery guest passes. Temporary passes expire after a custom set period of time, such as when visitors are in from out of town. Recurring passes are used for visitors such as dog walkers or others looking for access on some kind of schedule. Delivery passes expire shortly after use and can be used for everything from food to parcel delivery services. Residents will be able to assign access on a guest pass only to those areas they themselves have access to, which you can control in guest management. All active guest passes are visible in the Guest Management tab. Along with the details of the pass, you can also see a copy of the link sent to the guest. If someone attempts to use a pass outside of the scheduled window, that will be recorded in the Activities tab. Other parameters include the number of active passes per user, the max number of days a temporary or recurring pass is active, and which entrances guests can create passes for. For further information, speak with your Customer Success Manager or visit our support website. Thank you for choosing LiftMaster, powered by myQ.